Okay, so we're going to start with a warm-up, and the purpose of the warm-up is to get the blood flowing throughout the body, and we know that that happens because our breathing rate increases, our heart rate will increase, we might start to feel a little warm, we might start to sweat. So we're going to focus on increasing the blood flow. We're also going to make sure that we warm up the big muscles and the stabilizing muscles that we need for the activity that we're going to do. So today our warm-up is going to be very general, and it's going to prepare us for both our exercises that we're going to do later, and you can also use this warm-up if you're going to do a curling practice or a curling game. So we're going to start with the classic Empowered Performance World's Greatest. So I've got Amelia and Kelsey here. They're going to demonstrate with me. We're going to start balancing on one leg. So let's start on our left. We're going to hug our right knee up, and we can grab onto the shin or the back of the leg. And you can also hold on to something if you need to. Yeah, if you lose balance, that's fine. That's what we're trying to wake up here. Okay, so we're going to rotate our ankles a couple times in each direction. And I like to be really efficient with my warm-up, so we're going to switch legs. Okay, so left leg hugs in. We're going to balance, looking for little rotations in the ankles. The nice thing about warm-ups is they also help to set the mind on the sport. So I do the world's greatest before training and games, and it helps to kind of separate from life and what we're going to do next on the ice. So we're going to take a step back, and we're going to put our hands down on the inside and put our knee on the ground. Now, if you can't reach the ground, you can put your hand on your thigh, okay? And you can also hold on to a tabletop if you need to. So we're going to actually open up the hip a couple of times. So use, if the right leg is forward, your right arm to open up the hip. And then as long as you don't have any low back pain, you're going to take that right hand and reach underneath the left arm, and then reach up to the sky. And you're going to do that 3 times. So you're going to reach under, up. Yep, right arm goes under the left arm. You got it. So both hands down. Under the left arm. That's okay. So put both hands down. So yeah, no, you're in the right spot. Don't worry, I'm going to cut this out. Yeah. Ready? So you're right here. Reach under as if you're reaching to Kelsey. Under. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to reach under and then up. Yes. Under and up. So 3 times. We'll just do a couple extra. Good. And then because we already did the warm-up of the balance exercise, we're going to press ourselves up into a high plank and switch legs. Okay, so again, you could hang out in this hip flexor stretch, or you can open up this left hip. Okay. And then if you don't have any back pain, you're going to take that left hand and go under the right. Yes. Reaching up and going under. So we're getting a little twist through the spine and working to stabilize through the shoulders. Good. Then we're going to stand up. We're going to go through a little picking berries activity. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our right foot and flex the toes, and that leg is going to be pretty straight, and then we're going to bend into the back leg. So we're going to shift our body weight from the back leg to the front leg, and we're going to sweep. So this is why they call it picking berries, because you might pick some berries. So we're going to go from the back foot into the front foot. So now I can actually lift up this left foot if I wanted to. So press my weight into my back foot, press my weight into my front foot. So we'll do that one more time, just a little shift. Good, and then we'll switch legs. Okay, so left leg's relatively straightened, hips go back, weight into the back leg, and then pick the berries, reaching right up. Yeah, good. So shifting the weight back, and coming up, and we'll do that one more time. Good. So you could stop there. When I do the world's greatest, it's kind of my like catch-all. Make sure you do that before any activity, but we're going to keep going. So we're going to move into some jogging. So getting that heart rate going. So jogging on the spot. I like my athletes to try to breathe in and out their nose as much as possible. Okay. You can start with walking and marching if you want to. Okay, if you find jogging too much, okay, we can add in some butt kicks where we bring our heel towards our bum. So either in a little jog, side to side, or nice and quick. Okay, and we can even do it walking. Doesn't have to be too crazy. Good, and then we bring the arms into the party. We're gonna go to do some jumping jacks. So out and in, again, in and out the nose, or we can even do a step version. There we go. Yeah, so we're getting the heart rate up, The breath rate is increasing, might get a little bit warm. Perfect. Okay, so next we're going to move in and we're actually going to do what's called a squat T-spine rotation. So we can do this by getting with our feet about hip distance apart, toes slightly out, and bring our hands down onto our thighs. So if we get into that kind of catcher's position, you could hang out here and reach up to rotate, or you can come all the way down into a squat, put your hands on the inside and press out, and squeeze in with your legs. Now we're trying to rotate, okay, by stabilizing with the inner thighs. And if you'd like, you could use, keep going, I'm just gonna come behind, you could use a seat to warm yourself up in this position as well. Good. So we're looking for about 5 on each side there. Good. Yeah. We're in a good spot. Right? Okay, standing up. So next we're going to do some leg swings, which are one of the most incorrectly done exercises I see out on the curling rink before the curling rink. So I'm going to have Amelia and Kelsey go to either side of the picnic bench. Okay. And what we're trying to do, the inside leg to the bench or the wall or the pole at your curling club, the inside leg is going to swing. And think small swings. Yeah. Okay, so you're holding onto the park bench. Okay, and what we don't want to see, I'm going to show you with the outside leg, is swinging so much that we get into the low back and swinging so much that we go into the low back. So we don't want these huge swings because then we're not stabilizing with our core. Okay, we can also add the other arm in. So about 10 swings with that inside leg, and then turn to face the picnic bench. Okay, and you're going to take your same leg and turn it in across the body, and then turn it out across the body. Good. So you get to really use nice and slow motions to open up the hips using the muscles. Okay, so it can have a bit of a swing to it, and it can also be very just specific in opening up those muscles nice and slow. So you do about 10 on each side. Good. So you can face the other direction. There you go. Yep, swing that inside leg. Get the arm going. So there's a great spot to start to focus on keeping our core stable and using our glutes to make sure that we don't swing through the back. Okay, so that leg that's on the ground, think really strong, get the hamstrings, get the glutes working, and then the leg that's helping the leg swing, the core that's helping the leg swing. Good, and then face the bench. We've got the inside. We're actually internally and externally rotating the femur bone in the leg. There you go. It's okay. The last one is very similar to a mountain climber exercise. We're going to keep our hands up on the picnic bench. So I'd find the back of a chair, the wall at the curling club. You're going to get yourself into an elevated push-up position. Walk your feet back up on your toes. Good. And then you're going to march. So same idea, you're going to bring the right knee up, but try not to tuck underneath at the hip. And the left knee up, tuck underneath. Yes, good. So what I want you to actually think about is being a little bit further back and you're trying to push the wall over, or in this case, the picnic bench. So you're having to stabilize through the shoulders, the core, the hips, while we're moving the legs, which helps us when we're A, getting in and out of the delivery position, and B, as we're sweeping down the ice, we're trying to stabilize. Good. And then the last one is called an IYT. So to make sure that our shoulders are getting nice and warmed up, getting that range of motion, we're going to make our body into an I. Okay, so reach your hands up as high as you can. Elbows can be bent here, but we want to try to move at the shoulder. So we're trying to make little circles when our body looks like an I. Let's say 3 in one direction and then 3 in the other. And then we want to make our body into a Y position. So we're going to do 3 in one direction and 3 in the other. And then the last one, we bring our hands into a T position. We'll go 3 in one and 3 in the other. Okay, and And then that should get you generally warmed up for the sport of curling, generally warmed up for the exercise that we're going to do next.